Hi guys, I'm back to do my last update for 2015. Wow, this year went by really fast, you guys. Today's December 31st. It's the last day of 2015. It's the last day of December, New Year's Eve, and I can't believe we're here already. This year went by really fast. So I have a little bit of stitching progress and a little bit of haul. And that's about it. I did my plans in my last video, so if you're looking for 2016 plans, it's down there. And so here we go. Stitching progress. I ended up going back to Mains of the Seasons. Because I had this silly idea that I would stitch while I was on vacation, and I have a little bit, but not really a lot. And I thought, well, as long as I'm on vacation, I'll take the opportunity to try to get a lot of summer's dress completed. Yeah, no. I've done some, don't get me wrong, I've done some. So, there's summer. And as you can see, I finished the part there, on her chest. And then I did this part here, coming off her arm, and a little bit of next to her hair and below her arm. So I did start to make some progress on summer. So that's what I have there. Not as much as I would have liked. I gotta go back to work on Tuesday, January 5th, and this is December 31st. So my vacation is coming to an end very quickly. I haven't really done as much as I would have liked, but I did a little bit. I haven't touched spring. Spring still looks the same. She's still got a big hole in her dress down here. But I did get a little bit of a start on summer. So there's that. And that's really the only thing that I've worked on as far as WIPs. I have not worked on Quaker Game Board. I have not worked on anything. I have not FFO'd Santa. He's still sitting here in the little Ziploc baggie that I keep that project in. That's really the only WIP I worked on. I contrary to what I said I was gonna do, I did give in and make a new start. I was sitting home by myself on Christmas morning, and I didn't see my family until about lunchtime on Christmas morning. So I decided that I was gonna start something. I'd kind of been itching to do a sampler, and I tried to find something that was smaller that would fit the bill, and just this project was calling to me, and nothing else was gonna scratch the itch, so to speak. So I gave in. And I was looking for something kind of in the realm of Strawberry Fields. But it was really this project that I wanted to do, and nothing else was going to do. So the project that I started is, take out all this before it falls out. His Eye is on the Sparrow by Heartstring Samplery. And as you can see, it's huge. And it's big. And it's got a lot of little motifs on it. A lot of animals. Birds and all kinds of little animals and trees and all kinds of little stuff. And it's got the apple tree there with Adam and Eve on the bottom, and the house, and about 2/3 of the way up, 1/3 of the way down from the top, there's that band there, and it says His Eye is on the Sparrow, and I know he watches me. And so this was the stitch along, the large stitch along for Sampler World for 2015, and I am starting very, very late, but that's okay. So there's that. And what I did on it, it's like microscopic, you guys. I hardly did anything, but this is what I did. That tiny little section of that tree in the center. And I'm stitching it over one because the fabric was cheaper that way. To stitch it over two, it would have been gigantic, and the fabric would have been $40, $50. And at the time that I bought it, at the end of last year, at the end of 2014, I didn't want to spend that much on the fabric. So I decided that I would stitch it over one and save money on fabric that way. I might regret that because I was stitching this tree and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is tiny. So I'll get used to it, you know, but I haven't gone back to it because I've gotten a little bit overwhelmed and a little bit intimidated. Yeah, so that's going to be my over one project for 2016. And I would really like to finish it this year, or, 2016. I don't know if that's going to happen because I have a long list. But I already have my next sampler planned. The next thing that I want to do. So I would really like to finish it because I really want to do that other piece. So that's my new start. And that's really all I've stitched this month. I have been on vacation for almost 2 weeks, and I've done a lot of nothing. I've done a lot of sitting in front of the TV and playing on the internet, and yeah, I've done a lot of nothing. It's been really, really nice. It's nice to stitch. It's nice to see friends, and I've done a little bit of that. But sometimes it's nice to do nothing. I saw a friend yesterday, and I spent some time with her, and I've seen other friends here and there, but yeah, I've done a lot of nothing. I could have really used a good clean of my house. I haven't done very much of that. I haven't done a whole lot of anything. But it's been great. I'm not really looking forward to having to go back to work. So, on to haul. And I just realized I left some of my haul over there. On to haul. So, it's less than it was before. I've slowed down on the stash and load purchases. I've tried to stay away from stash and load, but it pops up in my feed and things jump into my PayPal basket. I can't help it. So here's what I got. I think this is everything. I know I have one more thing coming, and it'll probably come today. Maybe I'll tack it on to the end of the video if it comes before I post my video. I hope it comes today. I'm not sure when it's coming, but if it's here before I post my video, I'll add it. So here's what I got. Here's some old stash that I haven't shown, that have been sitting on the table, and I don't think that I've shown them. But I got these at Walmart in September, August, or something. I think several videos ago. But this is I Didn't Do It by Busilla, and this is one of those cheapy kits on the stitching aisle at Walmart, or the stitching 1.5 foot that they have there at Walmart. So just a really cute dog. And then this one has also been very popular. This is the coffee chalkboard design that they also have there in that stitching 1.5 foot there that they have at Walmart. It's not an aisle. It's like just a tiny little section of the shelf. It's like, not very big. So I got that. And then, speaking of Strawberry Fields, I came across Strawberry Fields is one of a series of 6, and based on the Beals. It's part of the Magical Mystery Tour series. And there's only 3 in there that I really like. The other 3, I don't know that I'm going to do those. But I did Strawberry Fields. And I got Blackbird. Sorry about the glare. Which way do we turn this? Here, we'll turn it that way. That'll work. So there's Blackbird. And this is all done in... I think it's actually a dark brown. I think it's 3371. Or what is it? Oh, it's in General Arts Espresso Bean, or DMC 3371. So, I really like monochromatic designs. So, people think that you get bored with the color, and I guess sometimes I do, but I really like monochromatic designs. So I have that. And the piece that I ordered that hasn't come yet, I'm just going to give it away, and I'll show it to you when I show it to you, but is the other one in the series that I like, the Long and Winding Road. So then I'll have Strawberry Fields, Blackbird, and the Long and Winding Road. The other 3 are Octopus Garden, Eleanor Rigby. I'm kind of undecided about Eleanor Rigby. I'm not really sure if I like that one or not. Maybe the color one. And what's the other one? There's a 6th one. Well, if I think about it, I don't know what it is. Strawberry Fields, Blackbird, Eleanor Rigby, Octopus Garden, Long and Winding Road, and I don't know. So, and the rest of these are just sort of in random order. I think in my November video or my October video, I had showed you that I got Told Gardens Blueberry Homecoming. Well, I bought the Raspberry Homecoming to go with it. And then I got this little cute Lizzie Kate design called Ready or Not, Here I Come. So that'll turn into my Santa stitch some year. Maybe I ought to start doing 2 Santa stitches a year. And then I got another Lizzie Kate design. This is an older design, I think. It doesn't have a year on it, but I can see. I think this is an older design. But it's called Cherish All Living Things. So there's that. Sorry about the glare. And then I got a couple of more Santas. These are in the same series as last year. I think one of my first videos, my ornament video, or my December video from last year, I had stitched one of these little whizzers. It was the Santa, the Work for Cookies one. This is another one in that same series. And it's another Santa. And this is the Crescent Santa from that same Wizard series. And this is by Janlin. This is Star Santa. Yeah, I might have to start doing 2 Santas a year now. To get all these little ornaments done. And then this one I saw many years ago, back in the early 2000s, sometimes 2004, 2006, something. this woman was stitching this design on the Yuku boards. And it was so cute. And she disappeared. I hope she's okay. I don't know what happened to her. She was great. I really enjoyed her posts and her stitching. I don't know what happened to her. But she was stitching this design, and when I saw it come up on Stash Unload, I'm like, hey, I want that. So this is what it is. This is it Design Works? This is Works of Heart. It's called Fantasy Landscape. And it's a landscape, and they got the leaping zebra and the leaping, I guess that's I'm not sure what that is. The deer. And all kinds of leaping tree or animals, and they got the trees and the sun and the plants on the bottom. And then they give you this at the bottom there. You can see they give you a idea for is that a needle book? Yeah, it's a needle book with the zebra on it. So I thought that was really cute, and I think I'm gonna find like a hand dyed fabric to stitch it on. It's stitched on a yellow Aida, and I think I'm going to keep the yellow, but I think I'm going to find a hand dye. And, which leads me to a minor complaint / suggestion about hand dyed fabric websites. I wish that you could sort by color, because I went on some of them, and I wish I could put in there that I want a yellow fabric. And I haven't seen a way to do that on any of them. I guess you can search, but I wish there was an easier way to search by fabric color on hand-dyed fabric websites. Because I go on there usually, I'm looking for a particular color. I want to stitch this on teal blue. I want to stitch this on a light yellow. I want to stitch this on whatever color. And I have to scroll through all of the offerings and pick out which ones might work. So that's my small complaints about hand-dyed fabric websites. Okay, so then I've sort of been looking at this one for a while, and it came up, and so I got it. My stuff is sliding down here. This is Bluebeard's Princess Mirabella by Mirabella. Her name is Mirabella, and the line is Mirabilia. They're not the same. A lot of people get confused, but they're not the same. Mirabella, Mirabilia. So I got that one, and I'm not sure when I'll start her. I have a long list of Mirabilias, but I've always liked her. I like her hair. I like her tail. The little seahorses in the corner. I've always liked her, so I grabbed her. Oh, yikes, there's more. Look at this. Okay. So, here's a designer that I think she might still be designing, but I don't really see her as much as I used to. Really creative Canadian designer, Lynn Nicoletti. And she has all kinds of unique things. She's got a pirate treasure map, and she's got all kinds of unique things that she's come up with. She's got a couple of fairy tale designs. I know she's got Alice in Wonderland design and a couple of other fairy tale designs. Since a lot of people seem to like those. One of the things she did is she also has a series. Remember when you were in school and you made those little origami fortune tellers where you would fold up the paper and you would write numbers on the outside, and then you would write numbers on the inside and write fortunes on the inside, and then, your friends would pick numbers and you would tell them their fortunes? Well, she designed some for counted cross stitch. And this one has dogs on it. And I think actually on these, I think the inside, like where you would write a fortune for your friends, is actually a charm. And I'm going to have to seek out the charms because it didn't come with it. But there's the dog fortune teller. I think I have another one in this series. I think the other one I have is flowers. So I got that. Lynn Nicoletti is a very creative lady. I'm not really sure what happened to her And then I sort of meant to stitch this while I was on vacation, and I didn't. But this, I could sneak in somewhere because it'll probably take a day, take a few hours. It's just a Christmas ornament with a sheep on it. It says Merry Christmas to you, EWE, you. And I'm going to cover this because it's a chart. But this must have been printed sometime in the 90s because look at that type. Look at that type. That is not computer generated type. That is like typewriter type or dot matrix type or something, but that's old type. And then my first Brooks Books chart, and I didn't I made a mistake when I cut up on the envelope because I didn't know that this was that far up, and I cut off the top. I cut off the Ziploc part of the bag. But I got the Spirit of the Sugar Plum Fairy. So there's that. I like her dress and I like her garland. I do not like her face. So I think I don't like her eyes. So I think I'm going to fix her eyes. I don't like her eyes. But my first Brooks Books design. And let's see, there's Mirabella. And then this is something that I've also been eyeing. This is one of those things that I don't get because it's available from the UK and it gets to be very expensive. And it came up on, because I'm on the wrong side of the exchange rate, and it came up on Stash and Load, so I grabbed it. This is Anchor's Provence Lavender Landscape, and it's full of purple, and you can always get me with purple. Always, you can always get me with purple. So I got that. No plans on when I'm going to start it, but it's, I like it. It's something different. I don't do a lot of landscapes. In fact, I don't think I've done any. So I have that. And I think that's all. If I missed something, then I'll find it and I'll show it to you next time. Oh, I did miss something. Hold on just a second. I got a tiny, tiny little bit of stash for Christmas. My mother, bless her heart, asked me what I wanted for Christmas, and I directed her to 123 Stitch. I have a wish list on 123 Stitch, and my mother and my uncle informed me that my wish list had 92 items on it. And she said, well, you have 92 items on this wish list. How am I supposed to know what you really want? And I said, well, pick something. It's on the wish list because I want it. And there's a wide range of price points there. So pick something. No. I think she got a little bit overwhelmed and I'm a little intimidated. And maybe she didn't want to use her credit card on the internet. So she didn't order. So what she did get me, and I'm not really sure how she came to this conclusion. I don't know where this was. She saw that this was on my wish list because I don't think that it is. But she got me 5 skeins of DMC 3750, which is a dark blue. And she got me 5 skeins of DMC 3371. Oh. You know what? I bet this was on there somewhere in conjunction with Blackbird. Now that I think about it, I bet this was on there somewhere in conjunction with Blackbird. And if not, I'll use it for Blackbird. So that works out. So I got that. She got me a handmade gift certificate to 123 Stitch. I think my uncle probably printed this out for her. And then she got me this little dimensions kit that I've seen several times, and I like it, but I've never bought it because I just never bought it. But you can get me with purple. You can get me with violins. So she got it for me because it has a violin on it. I'll probably ditch the Ada, but so that was my Christmas stash. And I think that's it. I think the last thing I'm going to show you, I was digging through my cabinet over here. You can see it over here. Trying to find something, and I pulled this out, and when I was getting ready for the video, it was still out, and I was like, oh, well, you know, let me show it. So I'm going to show it to you. This is a finish from a couple of years ago. I finished this in 2012, and it's in a frame, but it's not like framed, and you'll be able to see that it has a crease in it, and it's just sort of set in the frame, but it's not like framed permanently. But this is an old dimensions kit called Life's Prayer. And I bought this, I can tell you where I bought this. I bought this on Catalina Island in 1995. My high school senior class went to Catalina Island, and I bought it there. And I started it sometime in 1998, and I finished it in 2012. So there's that. You can't see it, but I decided it needed a little sparkle, so I added some blending filament to the sand down here. There's some sand here at the bottom of the shells, and you can't hardly see it, but it just needed a little bit of sparkle. And then the frame is just an inexpensive frame from Walmart that my mom painted blue for me, and it needs a little bit of touching up. So there's one of my old finishes, and I thought I would share that with you. So that's my update, and I hope you all have a wonderful New Year's Eve. Be safe. Don't drive if you've been drinking. Don't stitch if you've been drinking, because stitching while drinking leads to frogging, and frogging sucks. But I hope you all have a wonderful 2016 with lots of stitching and lots of blessings to you and your family. And I will see you again next year. Happy New Year, everybody. Bye.